Great
reminded us why
Britain
namesake
versus
Buckingham in the
France.
Overwatch.
This is the most insane matchup that we'll have today, chat.
They might be looking to
You guys gotta get excited, bro. You gotta do the gamer pose.
First hold rather than only using the Symmetra for that early teleport, like Great Britain does. Kai now onto the Tracer. Maymone alone, not with the Mercy Pocket over on the overhead.
Interesting, they're trying to play this lighthouse like it's Ilios Village. A big nade from Backbone almost throws a wrench into that equation, but France are able to set up, and now Great Britain are going to be on the outside looking in. And yeah, we're kind of looking at that night market slash Ilios Village kind of situation. Or sorry, Nepal Village.
Yeah, Pac getting a fully charged beam down, but it's Kai that's going to get the first pick onto FD God, now taking out that main healer for France's side, and Jikaru, of course, coming in onto
they might have got the point, but they're not going to take the fight.
However,
maybe they'll take the fight. I don't know. There's 2 people alive. No, they're not going to win that.
Health pool of the Winston,
FD God's back,
and they still have to deal with a lot of these turrets. Now it's just a support battle on top of the point.
Nice.
Maymone comes in for the pick onto FD God, and Great Britain should be able to get that
Maymone
first
already has
down to mostly just the supports versus the supports, but the difference there was that Maymone was lurking and waiting in the wings to just strike at the most opportune moment, and it does flip the point for Great Britain. It still looks very back and forth. France with 18%, Great Britain going to surpass that, and they have the duplicate to keep it going. Plus Kai swapping over to the Junkrat. I didn't see that one happen, but I mean, we're definitely seeing it now.
Yeah, I definitely did not see that one coming, and I think the onus of this is really just to try and counter everything that Ben Best has with that huge shield that you can have up at any time.
They look like they're on hard lag. You see that shit?
Lessons was used by Reviews, and now it's a different support ultimate, that rally from Great Britain's side to take it out. Now the Primal Rage as well as the Blizzard. However, that was just from Maymone's duplicate to get a lot of control over on this point. Despite that, France are able to flip it over, and now a Blizzard of Miko's
Come on, Great Britain, you guys are flipping the point as well. That's bad, bro.
Out of the range.
Tetrick Nomad, freeze match in 3 months.
With Funny Astro at his side to just kick that Mei off the point, but Pac with the ultimate is going to allow his team to dance in and out of the shield, and FD God is going to try and support this. Funny Astro with a little bit of a boop. Now the Nano onto Jikaru should keep him up, but it is not enough. Backbone just doesn't have the healing to support Great Britain, and they're able to hold on to the point against all odds. France now having a shatter in their bank.
I like the Junkrat pick from Kai, because we saw this out of Norway against Germany, and again earlier today against Turkey. I mean, the Junkrat makes it so hard for this composition to sit so comfortably. They're actually going to teleport off the point as the Riptire comes through, so it's not going to find anything. It's only going to realistically be to, like, guard the gate there, but is it going to find anything? It finds Pac.
He's just waiting behind him, making them think that the Riptire had already gone through, and then Pac comes in and all of a sudden it just explodes in his face. Ben Best not having the support after charging on, still having that shatter in the ult bank, but the Coalescence was invested by Reviews for them not to turn the point. Great Britain, that was a huge ultimate from Kai to make that space and make sure that they had to respect it. It's like so much area lockdown in just that one.
No way.
Don't go into that room.
Yeah, I mean, just lobbing those Junkrat pipes down there, like, eventually you're gonna find something. FD God chose the wrong door, gonna go back to spawn, and that's gonna be another, like, what, 10% maybe? For Great Britain, gonna surpass France's 72%. Great Britain now in the driver's seat in both cap percentage and ult economy.
Yeah, now they're actually switching Funny Astro onto the Mercy as well, giving a little bit of extra support. Okay, Kai gonna find Pac again. Why are they going into that room? He's just lobbing them down there, and they're going to go ahead and destroy the Mei wall as well. Maymone already duplicating the Mei and has that Blizzard in hand, looking for a little bit of that extra control. Maymone takes down Nico,
Great Britain takes the first round.
Not much that the DPS line of France can do to get through this little room with all the shots that are being spammed down. Pac tries to go, but there is just nowhere that they can run. Great Britain, they are able to take first round.
That's 1 for 1066.
Kai on the Junkrat on that high ground is essentially a hard counter for France, both
what does that
France
mean?
have control of the point and while they're trying to find a way in. They want to go for that teleporter play from Pac, but they have to go through either that hallway that is just the hallway of death, or they have to go through the hot tub room, and Kai has access to spam both of those chokes.
Jay doesn't know. I don't know fucking EU history, bro.
Battle of Hastings area and just come in like straight ahead, but then they're still susceptible to the spam as well as everything else that Great Britain have to offer,
no way,
and it's
bro.
quite a lot. So It's a great read from Great Britain. They take a page out of Norway's playbook and they completely shut down that bunker composition. But it looks like France wants to try it again. Likely, again, going to be trying to play from that gazebo area and.
I don't even know my own U.S. world history, bro. I hated history growing up.
Now it is no more of the May Symmetra kind of cringe composition that they were running to hold the inside of that room. It's different now. Going on to Pac, who is just responsible
history
for
is the most boring fucking
Maymon,
subject in school, dude.
Above. And there's no more Junkrat either, feeling the need to change the compositions as well. Control point still not unlocked, but Ben Best is going to just force them away with a little bit of that Fire Strike. It seems Great Britain fine with giving up that first touch.
And it's kind of one of those situations where when you're on the Winston, who do you die
Biology was fun.
You know,
Chemistry was fun.
The backline is really slippery. Ben Best is probably your best option.
Earth, space, and science was fun.
Both Pac and Nico have a ton of abilities and a ton of burst damage to burst you down. But Nico fallen, courtesy of Kai. Now J3 can go in without so much as a worry.
Yeah, with Nico out of the equation, it's a lot easier to get onto that back line. And Pac as well, trying to get as much damage as possible. But Kai is going to be the first to build up on ultimate. That Pulse Bomb, basically just a throwaway, but could be able to get a huge pick onto that back line. Reviews goes down as Backbone comes in with the back up. And now Funny Astro
no way he didn't get that kill.
It should be able to take down Pac. Lots of kills for Great Britain's side. And France, they are looking a little staggered as well, with Pac going down late.
I mean, Great Britain are playing this dive composition so smart and so, like, just at the perfect pace that they're able to bully back France, who's playing a composition that's designed to bully them. They're the ones stuffing France in the locker right now. Again, they're going to surpass France's
what a fire strike, wow.
They're trying to keep Kai in check there. I mean, Kai's going to go in with a Pulse Bomb here. This could be massive. J3 with the Nano going in.
Yeah, sees Nico. Now that beat has been dropped by FD God, though. Gives them lots of extra over health as the Nano comes through. The Pulse Bomb from Kai finds nothing. Maymon, however, with the Death Blossom and the duplicated Reaper, will take down FD God, and Reviews is left to try and heal up the damage that this team is taking. Funny Astro still has that rally in the back pocket if needed, but things don't look very hairy for Great Britain so far. Nothing has gone south. It's, in fact, all up for this squad, up to 56%.
I mean, maybe one thing has gone south. J3 gonna go over and swap over onto the Hamster on the Wrecking Ball, but they used essentially every ult except for Funny Astro's rally. They don't really have a lot of presence on the point, and France have nearly just stolen it. They take Kai down, and that might be the start of it.
Okay, it's still contested by the Hamster. J3 switching onto that is a little bit interesting because it didn't feel like there was too much of a need to have
at least France finally capped. D-Next appreciate the massive 3 months, my friend.
Kai on the Hanzo, like you mentioned, is going to be definitely a swap and trying to contest the long ranges now.
But that would be a lot better if you were, had control of the point. You can play the back of the point where you have a lot of sight lines, but instead they have to play this high ground where they only really have the one angle. And you can see Ben Best rotating the entire team behind him back towards that
Physics and math is greater than any other subject. Fuck no, bro. Science. Science is cool, bro.
No one's gonna poke their head out for this one.
The things that the human body can do is fucking insane, bro.
A lot of health
insane.
Onto J3 though. However, Kai with
I don't care what anyone says. Science classes are the best fucking classes. Especially my teacher in high school, because she dressed up as a huge condom for Halloween. W.
Rally. Oh my god. FD God. What a boop. What a boop to get Funny Astro with the rally inside the well, and there's no way out of that for the Brigitte. They have to use the duplicate, but even then Nico is just going to force the duplicate out so quickly. Reviews looking for the contention.
I'm talking about like anatomy and physiology, bro.
After, but still,
no, not a huge condom. She had a condom, bro. It was, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a big condom.
Someday I will die and I still will not know how Kai killed Nico there, how Nico, like if he just poked his head out and Kai caught him off guard there. But regardless, France are, okay, questionable sticky bombs. France are in one fight territory if they're able to flip it, and they have an ult advantage. Great Britain can build up to a competitive one, but it's gonna take time. They have to play this perfectly. The Nano, an early kill into FD God, that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, he goes down with the
no
with the
way, they didn't touch. They didn't touch.
There's no touch there. And France.
Poco is in. That's also to be expected. Poco, more of a world-renowned off-tank player, known for the Divas, the Sigmas, and the Zaryas, heroes of that
What's up,
nature.
Andy? Appreciate the 31 months.
Now that I'm kind of seeing it, now that it's all kind of coming together
World Cup
here,
is amazing, man. I appreciate it.
Is Great Britain going to be able to break through this with a dive?
It's also reviews, right? With the Discord orb, you get that little bit of extra DPS over onto that back line. But looking at JKRU, the dive comp, or slightly dive, you have Winston who can come back onto the backline, and Funny Astro, of course, very, very aggressive on the Lucio, so can follow up, but it is going to be tough here.
I think Jakaru, for the most part, is going to be playing like a frontline Winston, just trying to bully Poco back with some of that cleave damage. And then, you know, maybe go for an opportunity if one presents himself, dive alongside Maimon here. But again, like, it's the same thing that we saw on Ilios, where they just want to bully France back. Jakaru doesn't want to linger too long. That's a great pick off on Funny Astro. Now they're going to have to linger for a little bit. And if that Discord orb goes on to Jakaru, then his days are numbered.
Okay, Kai trading out Avo, still going to have to wait for Funny Astro to regroup on Great Britain's side, but that Lucio with the speed boost.
Nice shot, even though I think that was a random shot.
Onto Maimon though, Pac already doing a lot for this squad, and these poke compositions are really all about that, the ability to get that first pick.
I mean, Pac has been a pleasant surprise, a real standout for this French
JV,
squad,
pre-mass
right?
about 19 months.
Not a name that we knew a whole lot, but definitely one that we know now, and coming up with a lot of the clutch plays and a lot of the big multi-kills that we expect. Right there,
Who do you want to win?
Just a
I want a good
Maimon's
game.
Dome that seals the deal, but the nano boost from backbone onto Jakaru is going to kick the fight off for Britain.
Oh, he's not going to get the kill. Oh,
Trying to find the back
99%, and he didn't get the kill.
Taking that one out of the equation, especially with the Discord orb on it, and Review's now finding Maimon. The little bit of dive compositions that Great Britain have isn't really working out in their favor thus far. That coordinated dive, even with the nano, they couldn't really peek their heads out on the side of backbone, because as soon as they do, Pac is going to be right there, going to take it right off, and they can't heal and sustain the dive and the backline after that.
And this is kind of looking a little dicey for Great Britain. Maimon has taken too long to build up for the Dragon Blade, that now you have the Transcendence and the Gravitic Flux and the Immortality Field.
Oh my god, bro, he popped the Primal and he just disappeared, bro. Faster than my fucking goddamn hair.
To the squad, and Avo taking down Kai as well. Didn't even need to be a headshot because of this Zenyatta. Reviews is doing really well at just neutralizing so much of the damage.
And that's why Zenyatta's getting nerfed, chat. Discord orb.
And so now Maimon has the Dragon Blade, but again, you still have the Transcendence, you still have the Immortality Field. Like, you're not really going to be able to burst that down, especially not without the Nano. You can maybe capitalize off the anti-onto Poco, but not for very long. Avo going to go ahead and pop the sights. Now, Great Britain, they don't want to peek this. Kai might wait a couple seconds and then mirror it, and then try to get an advantageous Widow duel there. But it looks like for now, Great Britain are just going to wait it out.
Yeah, it seems like they are trying
nice
to
shot, nice shot, bro. They should blade, because they have no Transcendence.
No Transcendence because of the Kai goes down, and okay, immediately Pac is out. They're trying to use that Immortality Field, but Maimon's still able to get the value with the Dragon Blade despite it, and now all they have to worry about is Poco. Lots of space made with just one ultimate, and that early pickoff from Kai, and that's really what we are relying on in these compositions.
That wasn't just a kill from Kai, that was the kill from Kai. Taking out that Transcendence is everything. It's still going to be on the field to contest here. If he's able to get there, no. Pac forced a recall, and Great Britain do cap the first point here. So the hardest part is pretty much done, but it doesn't get all that much easier, as it's going to be an uphill battle trying to get around this U-bend where France will almost certainly have the high ground advantage the entire time. And you kind of have to wait for Maimon to build up to another Dragon Blade, right?
Yeah, Maimon's Dragon Blade was really what swung the tide, but also they still have that Transcendence in the back pocket, and Reviews still, even though Maimon is trying to go for the dive, Reviews is just getting so much burst damage onto the Genji that there's not much that Maimon can do, and at the same time, the Dragon Blade just builds up that much slower when they only have 2 minutes, realistically, to get around this U-turn.
Whenever it gets quiet, Kai strikes. Okay. That's 2. He finds Avo, and he finds Reviews again. The Transcendence is again off the field. You can go in with the Nano Winston here. They burn down Poco, but like, Pac kills him, but it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, Pac gets saved by the Immortality Field for a second, but
Reviews killed both supports and you didn't say anything.
Immortality Field, Pac goes down.
And Kai just killed 2 people with Widow, and I didn't say anything as well.
U-turn, get themselves a little bit more of that favorable high ground, and Kai is really just strikes when everything is quiet. Like you said, it's just everything quiet on the Western Front, and then Kai comes in with 2 huge kills.
Yeah, and like the hugest, he wins the
I didn't know I had to call out everything. My bad.
Someone needs to get Reviews' head down. Funny Astro, probably you too. Avo with a quick pick off there, and that's another 2-fer.
Yeah, and that has to be owed to the window as well.
Jesus.
From FD God. It was really good to get that shot under, and Backbone goes down. Nano also did come out, but
Jakaru
really
used Primal. It was a Nano and the Primal. Yeah, Jakaru.
Wait, they used Primal?
Melted down.
Holy shit!
The Discord Orb and the Storm Arrow was just too much. Jakaru melts, and Great Britain don't have anything in the ult bank now. Again, they're gonna have to rely on Kai.
Hester, appreciate the massive
hope that
new tier 1 sub, my friend.
Dragon Blade, like
wait, he used grapple.
You still have the sticky situation of reviews with that Transcendence that he hasn't been allowed to use.
Massa, appreciate the massive
maybe
donut, my
that's a
dude.
good thing because he still has it for when he's gonna need it.
Yeah, at the Maimon, very slow to build up the Dragon Blade, has been shut down every single time he's gone for some kind of dive on this backline, despite them being pretty squishy. It's just a combination of the Discord Orb and FD God getting a lot of damage and sustain with the Immortality Field that is putting a lot of pressure onto Maimon every single time he tries to go for the backline. At the same time, Kai still hasn't really gotten the huge pick that they need. Now the Gravitic Flux from Poco is going to take down Backbone mid-air, getting a lot of damage on Kai's side using the recon and the wall hacks. Oh, that is the huge one! Once again, no Transcendence, and that's just
no Transcendence again, bro. That's good.
Having the Dragon Blade,
but he's gonna blade with half health.
Immediately, in order to shred through this tank, Poco goes down, and the backline, they're not going to want to get in anywhere near the sight lines of that Genji. They're still very close to their spawn.
They have no health. They have no health.
Side though, and they should be able to get a good touch here as
Transcendence for both supportals. Oh shit!
Maimon's still trying to contest, and there's an early sound barrier from Funny Astro, but it's not gonna matter.
That was way too.
What a huge pick on Funny Astro with the help of the Discord. Now the Nano once again trying to find something with Jkaru going.
He needs to get ult. He needs to get primal. He needs to get primal. He needs to get primal. Come on. Yes, he has it. Yes, he has it. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge.
Even though the Transcendence was used
huge.
This time around, now the primal comes in, and Poco just cannot out-sustain it. They are able to get and touch point B in overtime.
I cannot stress enough how close to disaster that was for Great Britain. Maimon goes in with the Dragon Blade, but they lost Backbone early in that fight, and then the Dragon Strike claimed Funny Astro. Maimon nearly died, had to go and grab a health pack, so he couldn't find kills with the Dragon Blade, and it pretty much is just on him and Kai to contest the payload and nothing else until Funny Astro comes back with the beat. Jkaru comes back with the Nano, builds up to the Primal, and ends up bringing it home. But now you only have a minute to try and get through point C of Circuit Royale here. France, they still have an ult advantage. They swapped over onto the Sojourn, gonna play a more close range game here. And Poco nearly has a Gravitic Flux.
Yeah, the Gravitic Flux from Poco should be huge, but the anti gets them down very low health here. Transcendence, it doesn't look like they're gonna have one for the next fight. The only ultimate here that they might have, oh my god, but Reviews goes down because of Maimon and Jkaru's
doing, bro? What's France doing?
That is just so huge. Once again, there's no Discord Orb. Avo doesn't have anywhere to go. No sustain. Poco all alone as well, just stuck into a corner. They're approaching point C very quickly. Still 20 seconds left over. France should have a touch here, but Jkaru and Maimon are getting such good value out of every single dive, and they don't really have access into the back line from France's side. It's going to be a struggle to take down Backbone and Funny Astro and all the sustain that comes with it. Kai knows exactly where this Hanzo is. Pac, however, finding Jkaru, all of a sudden no tank, and there isn't a touch to come in from Great Britain just yet. Maimon at the last second takes that overtime back up, but the rest of Great Britain's team doesn't have that type of mobility. It is going to be 2 and almost the third point for Great Britain.
That's a good push, bro.
Yeah, it's nearly a full cap there, but Great Britain had no business even getting that far with how close point B was. And like, with the advantages, the high ground advantage, the ult advantage that France had as Great Britain was going into point C there,
that was a
France
good
should have been able to just snuff that push out,
dude.
like, back at the beginning of point C, like maybe under that first little high ground archway that they have to go through, but Great Britain nearly get the cap. And Circuit Royale, you don't often see a lot of full caps unless a team is entirely dominant. So this is winnable, and this is holdable for Great Britain, but it's also a win condition for France.
Daniel, appreciate the massive donut as well, my friend. Sorry, and KP, appreciate the massive 6 months.
Stellar. It was so difficult for Great Britain to break through. They're relying on miracle plays from Kai, just sheer survivability coming out of Maimon. And with only those, like, 2 real factors...
Why is this guy throwing in some fucking, like, history, dude?
It's not over yet. France still have a realistic shot at bringing this to a map 3, but good lord, is that dicey.
Yeah, I mean, Great Britain definitely have to feel good about that one, getting so far on Circuit Royale, especially after they were stalled out so long on first and second point. They were able to have some hero plays from Kai, and I think Backbone's definitely feeling a little chatty today, and definitely having to feel good, saying that one's for this incident and that one every single time they're able to. France, on the other hand, they're going back to the good old Widow Hanzo, and Reviews hopefully won't get picked as often every single time he has a Transcendence in the back pocket.
I mean, and that's also a great heads-up play for Great Britain to be able to identify that that's a threat. And, you know, whether Kai is meaning to find the shot on Reviews or not, or whether Reviews is poking his head out when he shouldn't or not, the bottom line is Kai is finding the shot that he needs to find on Reviews time and time again, so Maimon has a clear way forward to capitalize on that Dragon Blade when he gets it. This time around, it's going to be on the Sombra. Great Britain still playing a defensive dive here, France sticking to the poke, but this might actually favor Great Britain, as long as they play around the Discord Orb and Jay3 doesn't just get melted down.
Yeah, they also have Funny Astro being switched onto here, trying to protect Backbone a little bit better. Maimon getting a hack down onto the Widow, but going to have to just turn away since there's so much defense from the rest of France's squad. A good dink onto Poco, but Kai still not enough to take down that tank. However, Jay3 trying to follow up. There is a little bit of healing and sustain for Poco, but otherwise, he is being shredded pretty steadily by the Tesla cannon until he's able to get out of the corner. Kai.
That's huge. That's a huge pick off from Kai, but Maimon also got caught out there. Gonna be a little bit slow to charge the EMP, and with where the cart is now, you definitely need it. They're only gonna have the nano boost from Backbone. Gotta be going on to Jay3.
Are they about to just let them cap for free? The nano goes out, Jay3 trying to dive that backline, still getting a lot of sustain down, but the Discord Orb, it is just so strong, shredded 500 health in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, that was insane. 500 health just disappeared so fucking fast. Discord and window.
And that forces out the Primal Rage. That's another great stall tool that Great Britain had that's now off the table. France have the Transcendence. They're going to have the Gravitic Flux. They just need to watch out for Kai, because Kai has been finding all the headshots he needs to find. He's looking for a grapple shot. He finds Avo.
Avo going down, now missing a DPS and that long-range sightline. FD God, however, with the help of a Discord Orb, able to find Jay3 once again. Funny Astro falling victim to the Dragon Strike, and now first cap gotten by France. That point A was so quick in terms of, in comparison to what Great Britain was
I appreciate the massive 78 months, my friend. Absolutely insane. I appreciate it. God damn,
I'm not
78.
in love with the Sombra pick from Maimon there. He's got the EMP, and I mean, it's a sunken cost. You don't want to like just swap off of that. Team France calling for a pause. You know, they're up in the series, of course, so they still have the advantage.
Did he DC?
But you want to make sure that you
he didn't DC. He's there. He has Transcendence.
With the EMP and watch Review's Transcendence.
If he DC'd, he would be zero ult charge.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Great Britain are playing a little too passive for the comp that they're running. But the EMP coming through and the Transcendence from Reviews is just going to sustain out, but not before FD God goes down. So they're going to have to rely on Reviews for the type of sustain that they want, and it seems like
maybe he disconnected in Discord.
And wait for
maybe,
FD God
but
to
like
come back instead. Jay3 is going to take advantage of the fact that they are missing that extra support, but spotting out FD God heading back to the rest of the team, wants to disengage now.
It's just pure focus fire, even through the Transcendence, to be able to burst down FD God like that. Kai with a little bit of focus fire as well. FD God once again bursted down. Funny Astro falls. France, it's an even fight, a support for a support.
Oh, the nano comes through as well.
Nice,
Jay3 going down and
nice.
Very, very quickly after without that Baptiste.
Nice, Jay3, nice.
There's not much to be done, and Poco isolated, uses the accretion to stun, but it's not going to be enough. Great Britain, they're able to stall once again, and that cart is backing up towards France's side.
Please get off the Zen. No, Reviews is doing really good on Zenyatta. The Discord Orb is a lot, and the Transcendence is helping.
So he's
doing really well.
Rage in the rally, but they can definitely
I think the biggest difference right now is that Kai is doing a lot better than Avo. The DPS is really the big issue here.
Okay, able to stabilize, get the healing from FD God,
I think Kai's outperforming Avo right now.
Been, pretty rough. I mean, France still have a lot of time to build up to something more substantial, but you can't keep like bleeding resources, losing supports on the Ingress. And that's exactly what Kai is going to keep looking for here, especially with the sights up. Wants to try and catch either Aba or Reviews out
like
again,
that.
but we'll settle for
like
Pack.
that.
Just these grapple kills from Kai are so powerful every single time. They've gotten FD God twice in a row now, and it is not a good look to have that burst healing always offline. They at least have the Amp Matrix, should be able to force a little bit of positioning with that, and along with the Discord Orb, shred very quickly.
Oh, he's trying to get his EMP. That's huge. That's huge.
So
Chat, they have
definitely
EMP.
has to play it a little bit more safe.
I don't know, man.
Especially since J3, even with that Primal Rage, will definitely get melted down if he goes in.
Oh, that's a big EMP right there on the
Looks like about
supports.
to kick off here. J3 really low. Maimon looking to go in with the EMP. The dive is there. They hack Reviews and they followed up with the EMP. So no
good shit
transcendence, but the
from
healing is
France.
there. He survives.
The fucking-
but they lose
they
Pack.
survive.
The Reflux comes out, but the rally from FD God keeps everybody alive. The Primal from J3. Poco getting focused down. Reviews is done. France, they have to back out.
Yeah, the only thing that they have to show for this is Avo really trying to focus down the DPSs here, but Avo falls for trying his crimes, and the rest of Great Britain, they are regrouping really well. It's only a minute. They've already bleeded down so much time, 3 minutes in a row, and France, they only have the Strike and Strike to contest.
A
Avo
flipper,
switching
pretty massive
onto
6
the
months.
Sojourn to give them a little bit more of that forward pushing power so they can get up close and personal, but Maimon having to back away with the translocator, not going to matter. They have that nano boost out onto J3. The Discord comes through though. J3 gets a health pack and is able to sustain a little bit longer, but after a disjointed push and Backbone going down early as well, it's going to be a struggle to hold on to this point B.
I mean, J3 dies before he's able to get
this.
the Primal, and Backbone dies immediately after casting the Nano. That's
They have
France's
2
opening.
support
They
ults.
can
The
maybe
window's
get
going to
this
be
one done
big.
with
The window's going to be
ultimates
big
at
for
their
them.
back door here. There's not really anything offense that they have to worry about. They can melt J3 and they're fine. They've done it.
Yeah, and it's just funny.
That's
Astro
huge.
left
That's
on
big,
the point,
big.
but even though the Brig does have a little bit of that shield, it's not enough. And now Backbone is in the thick of it, not in a great position here. Poco going to go ahead and melee that one out of existence.
I'm not wearing any cologne
Kai,
right now.
Still finding
Jade's
pop,
thighs,
but
appreciate
Kai,
it.
even with the picks that we see him getting over and over again, sometimes with the amount of damage that France has, just pure damage, every single time J3 goes for a dive, it's not enough.
France is swapping off onto something a little bit more nimble, swapping onto the Sojourn Tracer. They want to try and be able to navigate through all these flank routes, all these high grounds, and try and find something, but they only have a scant minute to try and find it. J3 has the Primal, now Maimon has the EMP. That could be another death nail. Reviews, I mean, he has to use this Transcendence perfectly. If it gets forced out,
If France doesn't win this, chat, it's a GG. France needs to win this. 40 seconds left, bro.
EMP, still looking for that backline, fishing for some kind of valuable ultimate. They have control of the high ground on France's side. Maimon wants to go for the jump. They're letting it go around the corner so Maimon can get down and just jump on that EMP. They know exactly what they want to do. He's focusing.
Zenyatta's playing very far in the back, though. If he EMPs, he's just going to Transcendence.
This EMP. He's playing so scared. He knows it's coming in. Reviews doesn't get caught, but the Transcendence is too late.
The Transcendence comes through, but they're still able to find both DPSs on France's side. Now the Primal Rage to come through, and the Immortality Field cooldown forced out. The rally from Bunny Astro is just going to shred the back line of France. And now with the second left over, there's no touch. Great Britain, they take it home. They don't allow the touch from France.